Hello and welcome to Catalyst Happy Hourish with me, Anthony.
And me, Darren.
And we are into the big 70s now, episode 70.
Last week, 69 dudes. I wonder how many people got that reference.
I don't know. I was impressed when you put that name down though. I was like, yeah, take that.
Yeah,
take that.
It was good. It was good. Answers on a postcard, peeps. Just send us an email. Let us know if you know what that is from.
If you got that reference. But episode 70. Oh, we are the big time. We are the big time. 70
times of talking a load of rubbish.
Well, no, it's probably about 63 times talking a load of rubbish. And then 7, we had the guests.
Yeah, true. Very true.
So, but if this is your first time joining us, you've obviously got 69 more episodes you can listen to. Head over to our website, www.catalystyouth.org.uk, where you can find them all. You can also find Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, a load of other stuff, and ways to contact us, like our emails, Anthony, Darren, or info@catalystyouth.org.uk. Just to continue on with our talk of last week, for anyone that has listened, Darren shared a quote that one of his youth leaders, Teresa, said in their sessions, which was, "That's your cue to say it."
Sorry, I thought you were about to say it. What did she say, Anthony?
I don't remember, which is why it's your cue to say it. It was if it's in here, at your heart,
in pointing at your heart, get it out of here, pointing to your mouth before it affects here, which is your mind.
There we go. And Darren said last week on the podcast, "Oh, I don't know if who said that or if she's made it up." And you said something about it being God inspired if she'd made it up. Was that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Teresa has sent us a message and she said, it is God inspired because I made it up. So there we go.
Don't believe it. Don't believe it. She found it online. I reckon it was one of those little, those pictures you get with the sunset. It's that.
Well, there we go. I mean, I've tried to back you up there, Teresa. There's not much more I can do, I'm afraid. No,
that's enough. That's this month's done.
Sorry, I realised I went really quiet there because I realised that I hadn't checked the emails this week, so I thought I'd better check them. Still not got any. Send us an email.
Yeah. Is it actually working?
Yeah.
We got a lot of spam
emails.
Must be working then.
But there you go. So for anyone that was wondering where that quote came from, Teresa made it up. Well done.
Well done, Teresa.
If we were on Blue Peter, you'd probably get a Blue Peter badge.
No.
But we're not.
No. She might get a sticker saying "must try harder" or something. Oh dear. Anyway, that's enough of insulting Teresa, because actually no, she's not working this week. She's ditching me on youth Bible study this week, so we can insult her as many times as we like.
Well, you got to be careful about this though, because we're recording this on a Monday, so the week will nearly be over by the time it comes out.
Very true, and she's due back, so we will not insult Teresa anymore on this podcast.
Yeah, we're recording on a Monday. We're ahead of time.
Yeah, who forgot?
Well, I didn't forget. I just checked my diary to see what I had planned today and realised that...
What time did you check your diary?
1 minute past 1.
What time was meant to be recording?
1.
You forgot.
Hey, I made it though. It's only 1:30 now.
It is, and that was partly my fault as well, because I was finishing lunch and watching NCIS New Orleans whilst I was eating.
Nice.
Got to go and watch the rest of it. I'm halfway through.
Cool. What episode?
Episode 6.
Of what series?
7, I want to say.
NCIS New Orleans.
Are you going to do like spoilers now?
Episode 6.
Just ruin the next episode.
Ending. How does it end?
Oh dear.
I can't find it.
Perhaps I'm not watching it later.
I can't find it.
But anyway, what are we talking about this week, Anthony?
So, for anyone that listened last week, here's your time. We're going to go quiet. Can you guess it? That's your time up. If you guess correctly. Mental health. Oh, wait, what are we talking about? Children's mental health. Why are you laughing? I'm doing it like the professionals do.
Far from professional.
We could even put in like a beep, beep.
Well, like a countdown timer, 10 seconds.
Yeah.
10.
Yeah.
9. 8.
Anyway, we're talking about it. We're talking about mental health this week. And why are we talking about mental health, Dan?
Because this week is Children's Mental Health Awareness Week.
It is. And for anyone that does anything for Children's Mental Health Awareness Week, whether you work in a school, maybe you do something in a school, maybe you go to school and something's happening in your school or in your college or university, whether it's in your work, let us know. Let us know the type of things you might do for it, because people do raise awareness in quite a few different ways, whether that's, having presentations that tell you bits and pieces and information, or maybe it's raising money for a particular charity or cause that can help. It's an interesting one, and I think it's an important one, especially where we are today.
What?
Not like
West Sussex and Somerset.
Not where I am, as in where the world is today.
I don't want to be too sensible on this, because I think it was just our podcast has always been a bit of a laugh and a joke.
Mate, I'm going for record time. We're having a short podcast today.
Okay, fair enough. So what we got? So mental health. What we're going to talk about with mental health?
Mental health. Well, first of all, how are you?
I'm not too bad, mate. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks.
And for all our listeners,
how are you?
How are you?
10 seconds to give you
time for reflection whilst we play this short reflective music. Does that work for you? I mean, I don't think.
What, when people say I'm going to play music and now reflect on it?
Yeah.
Yes and no. It depends on the situation. So I am a massive person that does this, in the fact of, if I'm leading some sort of Sunday service with the whole church rather than just junior church, or whether like it's a youth group or something, and they say to me, can you put a reflection in? I am one of those people that is like, yeah, I got this really good song, I'm just going to get them to listen to it.
Or just any random song that you like? No.
It goes with the theme. So, like, for example, we did a Christingle service. For anyone who doesn't know, the Christingle service is the one with the orange and the candle and all that. I'm not explaining it much more.
And all that jazz.
But we did that, and what we did was, when they lit the candles, I said, right, we're gonna have a song on in the background while you finish making and looking at your Christingles, and we had Let It Shine from the film Let It Shine that was on Disney. And it's basically, this little lad of mine, that one with a rap in the middle.
Nice.
So I'm one that does do that a lot. Then on the other hand, there are times where I can't stand it when people do it to me.
Yeah, I find it a bit awkward.
Yeah.
I mean, it all depends on what song is put on.
I think that's the thing. It depends on what song, and it depends on what situation. I won't ever do it So one of the examples I can think of at times that I haven't enjoyed it is when they do like a really, really good session, whether it's in a college, whether it's in church or whatever, where they it's quite high energy and hyped and things like that. And then suddenly they're like, right, we're now going to reflect, and they'll play a really slow song.
On the piano.
Just chords. Or the organ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I find it very, I think it's a bit like when you're having a time of prayer as well, that they'll chuck in a song behind. Nobody's singing, just like the band will start playing, and I'm like, is this becoming more of a performance than actual time of reflection and prayer, maybe? And I just find it very, very weird, and I just think, but then again, I can't get to grips with silence.
I mean, yeah, and one of the things that we do need to clarify is obviously Darren and I work in churches. So immediately when we've said when you put a song on to reflect, we've gone straight to reflection in a church. But what about, I mean, how for you, Darren, what about, like we just did to everyone, we're going to play some music and reflect on this? That's not in the service type of thing. That's just a time for you to think. How do you find it outside of that environment? Would you ever do that yourself?
What, just go in my room, shut the door and put some music on and reflect?
Yeah.
I have for uni.
Okay.
Because I had to do a whole damn module on reflection, which, I mean, I hated it. I'm not a kind of person that will constantly reflect. I mean, it was reflection, like, how did I get on with that session?
Yeah.
How did I get on, doing different things? But then when they want you to go deeper into reflection and, why did you do that? And how did you do that? And what could you do differently? The what, where, when thing. And it's like, it's just like my brain is like, do you know what? No, I don't need to do that.
No.
But I will put some music on. I mean, if I want some like me time, I mean, that follows in with our mental health thing, because you've got to give time for yourself, because, we're in a generation or generations that everyone's always busy. Everyone's always doing something and there's so much going on, and you do have to give yourself a bit of me time.
Yeah.
And my bit of me time is playing on the Xbox.
Yeah.
That's me time. That's just like, chilling out. When we play the games on, Fortnite that you keep killing me on constantly.
Sorry. Are you reflecting on the fact that I am better than you at the games? Is this the reflection?
Can I just get my point out? But it's a time that takes your mind off of what's going on, because we have been really, really busy. And I mean,
Darren gave me the serious face for anyone that was you can't see us actually.
And so that just takes my mind off things and kind of forget what's going on, and you just in that moment, I'm playing. But then there's times where I'll just pick up a book, and if I've got a book, I need to have silence. I can't have anything going on around me, like music going or TV going, because I'll get distracted. So if I wanted to read a book, it has to be that silent moment. Or sometimes I'll just, sit here with just playing some music and just procrastinate, just do nothing kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or go on my phone or, and just chill out, because there's some things that have come up recently. There's been quite heavy stuff.
Yeah.
And it's whoa, I need some me time now to kind of get that in my head. When for the certain situation that happened, which was not Sunday just gone, the Sunday before, I came home and immediately started washing the car because I need to get my head out of that situation that happened, so that just so I can have the rest of the day, because it's supposed to be a family day. So I ended up washing my car and I washed Sarah's car, and that took my mind off of what was going on. I think I have to. It depends what kind of situation it is in order to what to do.
It does, and I mean, it's interesting you brought it up, because chatting with my minister this morning, actually, we were talking about making time for yourself, and he says one of the bits of advice he still to this day remembers in all his training and learning and stuff like that. He says he remembers one of his elder ministers coming to him and saying, got him to go through what does your week look like, blah, 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 did all the timetable bit, and then said, what you need to remember is make time for number one. And what he was saying was, we in this job, and I think a lot of people in the world today are so focused on supporting and helping those around that we don't take time for ourselves. And our job is one that's very giving in the fact of we are there for people, but actually he was saying that we do need to make time for ourselves. We do need to make ourselves number one, even though we're told at times that's not the case.
I think it's, if you don't take care of yourself, you can't help or take care of somebody else.
Yeah.
And you can give, but that giveness is going to, it's going to become empty. That pot is going to get to the bottom where you need to take that meter. So it could be taking time off, taking a day. I know you said recently that your minister says to take a Friday and do some reading and stuff. So that's taking you time to kind of recharge. That's the word I was looking for. Just to recharge yourself so that you can go back to the giving. And I think that's in any job that you do. You're always doing something for somebody else. So you do need that time. And, I feel really, really sorry for those that feel that they can't take time off work.
Yeah.
Because that's such a vital time. And I must admit, I'm one of those that I put my hand up now that I don't take all my holiday because there's just not enough time in the year to do it. There's so much going on. But I try and take as much as I can in order to continue doing what I do throughout the year.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing. It is. I mean, that is one of the main number one points when we're talking mental health is take that time for yourself, whatever it might look like. And as you say, Darren, I mean, I've talked about having a reading day or a study day, as they call it. But the point we were making is, although it's called a study day, I'm not currently doing, I'm not doing the course or qualifications or anything. So to take it as a time to, read books that can help with my job development, or if it's been one of those weeks, read books that aren't to do with my job development, but are just a time to literally relax from everything going on.
I got a book for you to read if you want to take.
Well, I mean, this happened. When did we have? I don't want to read that. That looks really exciting.
It's a theological introduction to the Old Testament. No,
thank you. But when did we have that conversation? Before Christmas now, wasn't it?
What conversation is that?
The one about I've been told to take more time on a Friday. Before Christmas?
No, beginning of the year, I think it was. So,
beginning of the year. Yeah. Okay, so we're a month in. Guess how many Fridays I've done it on?
I'm going to go for a guess of one.
I've done it on none. No, that's a lie. I did do it on the first Friday that you told me. The first week that we had that conversation, I did, and I haven't done it since.
Yeah. But that's one of the things, it's like taking a break. So it could, we're talking about work, but, a lot of young people obviously don't work because they're maybe at college. And we do not recommend that you just take a day off college or a day off school and say, sorry, taking a me day, so I'm not going to be in on Friday, just taking a break. So it could be that, perhaps your parents have told you to clean the room, or perhaps you do chores around the house and, anything like so. Just take a 5-minute pause from cleaning your room or cleaning your kitchen or so forth. And half an hour, when if you're working weekends, making sure that you take your lunch break, because usually you get about half an hour to an hour, depending on where you work, and get away, move away from work.
Yeah, and any teachers or lecturers or whoever who are listening at the moment, any complaints for any of your students that don't turn up due to the advice given on this podcast, contact Darren at catalystsyouth.org.uk.
We've got a dedicated email address. It is complaints@catalystsyouth.org.uk. Yeah, bounce back. It means that one doesn't exist. But again, it's another thing is like talk about your feelings. I mean, that is a big one at the moment where people are not talking about their feelings, and we do it. If we've got something going on
last week as well.
Yeah, if we've got things going on, we will. Again, giving us some me time. We could be playing, say, some Fortnite, and we will talk about stuff. And it just comes up in conversation, and it is just getting your feelings out there, as manly men. That was really camp. We're manly men. But it is talk about your feelings, and I think that's one of the hardest things to do. Because it is. It's opening yourself up.
And I know we say it a lot that it's boys and men mainly that do it, but it's hard for a lot of people to talk about it at the moment as well. I think it's just more of a, I can't think of the word I'm thinking of, but I think it's more of a thing with boys and men, isn't it? More of the send us email if you know a word I'm thinking of. I don't.
What are you trying to explain?
Like it's more of a stigma that it's a boys and stigma. It's boys and men that it comes with. Whereas actually, I think a lot of people don't talk about their emotions.
I think it is, but it's hard though. I mean, I'm not one for always talking about how I'm feeling.
No, not at all. I don't.
I kind of mull it over in my head of how I'm feeling, And I think my face says it all when people talk to me, or, especially my wife, who will say, why have you got that face on? Why you feel really deflated at the moment, I think was one of the words she used the other day. And it's like, yeah, sometimes I am. But then actually other times I'm like, I'm not deflated. I've just had a long week, and this is a Friday night. I'm fine. This is just my resting face,
Yeah.
But it can be hard, but it's finding that person that you trust to open up to with your feelings, because it's like an open wound.
Mm-hmm.
The more you open up in your head, you could have that thing of going, well, if you tell them that, what they're going to think about you. And if they're a really true friend, they don't care what you say to them, when you open up to it. They just want to help. Yeah. So talk about your feelings. Anthony, how you feeling?
I'm not talking about my feelings. Oh, now. Joking. I'm feeling fine.
Cool.
How are you? I'm tired. How are you feeling?
Oh, so you tired? What's making you tired, mate?
It's Monday.
But it's the beginning of the week.
Yeah, exactly. That means, yeah, but no, right. And here's another stigma, right? And it completely off of the mental health thing for a second, but I'd love to know people's opinions on this. Do you feel more energized after the weekend, Darren? Do you feel more energized after the weekend? I have got a point that I'm going to with this.
But the thing is, I don't start work until Tuesday. So Monday is my Sunday.
Okay, so anyone with a real job, email me. Do you?
I don't know.
Okay, so the point I'm going to make with this, I don't feel more energized after the weekend. And I'll tell you why. And I think it's the same, especially for anyone listening that is in school or college. We'd love to know your opinions. I might even ask this at the youth groups this week, actually. But I find Mondays I feel more tired because Saturdays and Sundays I've tried to fit in the social stuff that I haven't been able to do over the week. So whether that is actually going out and seeing friends, whether that is just being able to, Georgia and I to catch up on TV or films, which means that if I'm out and about, I usually get in later. Or if I'm out and about, it'll be a busier day. So when I do finally settle down, it's like, I don't know, you've used up all that energy. So then Monday, I feel a bit more tired. Then Tuesday, I'm absolutely fine to go again. And I feel it's the same in schools and college, because I know when I've gone in to do assemblies on a Monday, the first group we have are always the most unenthusiastic.
That's because you've just done it. That's you. It's not them.
Well, it might be. But a lot of the feedback we've had is that that's always the case for a Monday morning assembly. So in my head, I'm going, ooh, maybe it's not just me that doesn't feel refreshed after the weekend.
Maybe it could be a weekend thing, but because you've come out of that routine that you have during the week, and then it's just like, oh, back to the grind again. And then Tuesday is like, well, I've done it yesterday, so I'm all right now, kind of thing. So
exactly that. But because a lot of people are like, oh, it's the weekend, we'll feel fresh on Monday. No, you won't. Some people might. Just that's one of my things.
Cool. Next one then.
How are you feeling? Oh,
I'm good. Well, we've done that bit. We're moving on now. Keep active.
Right.
Apparently, regular exercise can boost your self-esteem and help you concentrate, sleep, and feel better. Exercise keeps the brain and other vital organs healthy, and also a significant benefit towards improving your mental health.
Okay.
There was a pause there, people. Do you understand? I don't know if I agree with that one.
Why not?
Because, what constitutes as regular exercise? And what is regular exercise?
I think that's the main question. I think that's what frustrates me when we get given this point of, do regular exercise. Because for some people, regular exercise would be to go to the gym. For some people, regular exercise would be to go out running. For me, each week on a Monday evening, I'll play squash or I'll play badminton. I feel like that's regular exercise. But then if you talk to other people, they'll be like, that's not real exercise.
Squash is. I mean, if we look at the statistics of how many people have a heart attack playing squash, it's quite high.
Yeah, squash is fast paced. We're doing badminton tonight.
I was going to say, isn't squash kind of a middle class game as well? Snob.
I don't know. I play it, so it can't be that.
What's that saying about you? Anthony, man of the people, middle class people. Do you know, I don't think I've ever played squash. Have I
love it
before? I've seen it and went, nah, that's not for me. Badminton, I love badminton. I think it's a cracking game. You don't have to go too fast because you can see the shuttlecock coming down. It comes down a lot slower than you really need. But you are moving around the court a lot more. This
is the thing we've said is we think this evening is going to be a bit of a mix it up because we've done squash for the last 2 weeks in a row. So I think coming to badminton, we're going to be ready for this like fast-paced ball, and then you're going to get a little bit of material flying at you across the... Anyway,
but if you're interested in badminton, come along to my youth group that runs every Tuesday at 6 till 8:30 because the request was, can we get a badminton set?
Well,
so we've just got a badminton set.
Strangely enough, if you're interested in badminton, my end as well, we're actually going to play badminton in 2 weeks' time. You got to sign up for it.
There you go. But I do think, yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that one, the keep active bit. I think. I mean, I agree with the making sure you sleep well and stuff. I think that's all keeping. You need that in order to keep yourself going.
But I think for me that should be changed to living a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah, well, the next one is eat well.
Oh no! So I wouldn't put eating on there either. So when I'm thinking living a healthy lifestyle, what I mean is not staying up till 3 a.m. and then having to get up at 6 for like school, that sort of thing.
I do that all the time.
Yeah, I know.
And I look this good.
You don't stay up all the time.
I am never going to sleep usually before 2 a.m.
Well, don't follow Darren's example. But I'd say that's what that means by that third one. I wouldn't say it's exercise necessarily. I think it's just the. But then, eat healthy. I don't. It
says your brain needs a mix of nutrients in order to stay healthy and function well, just like the other organs in your body. A diet that's good for your physical health is also good for your mental health.
Yeah, but I feel happier when I'm eating chocolate than I do eating kale.
I mean, if you put 2 plates in front of me, one was a bowl of salad and one was KFC.
I'm going to pick KFC.
KFC, because that makes me happy.
Yeah.
So, we're scrolling that one. Eat what you like. Whatever makes you happy.
Yeah.
Don't you think? Why be miserable chomping on a bit of rabbit food? Get out there and have a Big Mac. I mean, at the moment, get to your local McDonald's and have the, what's it called? The
chicken Big Mac.
The chicken Big Mac. I mean, that's popular, mate. I tell you, we were driving past McDonald's on the day it was released. No word of a lie. The queues to get into the drive-thru was absolutely mental. Absolutely. Really? It was absolutely crazy. But yeah, eat what makes you happy. Chocolate is good for you. It releases serotonin into the brain, which is the happy chemical. So, just go to Booker's and buy yourself a box of dairy milk.
Once again, any parents listening, if you have any complaints, contact Darren at catholic.uk.
But then I find with that one, though, and we'll move on to the next one in a second, but eat well. Your mental health could be like an eating disorder. So eating well isn't going to help because you're not eating properly to start with.
Yeah.
Therefore, that one, you're going down a spiral, aren't you, really there? So I think, eat what makes you happy.
Yeah. Yeah. Can we just, before we move on to the next one?
Yes.
Because we're touching on it a lot. Dan, where have you got this list from? We should probably tell him what we haven't written this list.
We haven't. I've got it from a organisation called the Mental Health Foundation, which is mentalhealth.org.uk, and it's a publication that they released of how to look after your mental health and you can order the leaflet or download it for free. It's part of their how-to guides. So we're using this as a basis. It's like the top 10 things to do for your mental health.
I just thought you better explain it, because I realised it sounds like we've made up this list, and then halfway through the list we've decided to scrap half the list.
No. Yeah, so you've got it from there. So head over to there to have a read of it yourself. And there's also little links that says "Tell me more," so you can click on it and go a little bit more in depth, I would presume.
So what's the next one then?
Drink sensibly. And I mean, young people, obviously you don't drink.
Oh, but so this is where we need to clarify though. Drink sensibly. Does that just mean making sure you stay hydrated, or is that talking about drink?
It's talking about alcohol.
Oh.
Yeah, because we often drink alcohol to change our mood. Some people drink to deal with fear or loneliness, but the effect is only temporary. When the drink wears off, you feel worse because the way the alcohol has affected your brain and the rest of your body. Drinking is not a good way to manage difficult feelings.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think just drink sensibly. I think we've talked about that one a lot in this podcast. So next.
Also, stay hydrated. I mean, I agree with the one you just jumped in with a second ago.
Thank you.
Drink, plenty of water. I mean, I was really rubbish at drinking. Not alcohol. I was really good at that. But drinking properly during the day, I'd be drinking cups and cups of coffee. I
don't drink a lot during the day. It's terrible.
So now I have a bottle that I fill up twice a day at least with juice. I don't like water. Water's boring. So so I have some juice, and it's got to be ice cold as well. So I've got an ice machine, so lots of ice in my drink, and I drink it throughout the day. But staying hydrated is a good one.
Yeah.
Next one, keep in touch. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye. It's one of those things. It's one of those things you just say, "Oh yeah, keep in touch." And you think, "No, I'm not keeping in touch." They're like, "I'll call you. Don't call me." That kind of saying.
My favourite one that I've ever witnessed of that, right, is we had to go out and do. It was some sort of survey for college or something like that. I can't remember what it was, but we had to actually go out in Minehead Town and talk to people about it. And the goal would be to get them to sign up so that we could then send them in the college or something like that. And I remember one of my friends walking back being like, "I got a name. So did you get a contact?" They said, No, they said they'll contact the college. No. They're not contacting the college, mate.
It says there's nothing better than catching up with someone face to face, but that's not always possible. You can also give them a call, drop them a note, or chat to them online instead. Keep the lines of communication open. It's good for you.
And we are advocates for that quite a lot. Talk to someone, and find someone that you trust to talk to as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too sure about writing a note. I don't think I've ever wrote a note to anybody before.
So I haven't written a note to anyone, and I haven't written either. But I know some of the things that have helped some of the people I've worked with is not necessarily writing a note to someone, but actually writing things down. So maybe it's things they want to talk about. They've written it down, and then that's helped them because it's now not in their mind. It's there.
That's a good one for sleep. I've heard Sarah say it. Is that if you've got lots of things mulling around in your brain when you're trying to get off to sleep, put a notebook and pen next to your bed. And when you've got anything that's in your mind that you keep rolling over, write them down, because it helps you remove that from your brain, and then you can get some sleep.
There you go.
Good little tip.
Yeah, nice.
Ask for help. I think we just touched on that with the keeping in touch bit. Asking for help, because none of us are superhuman. We all sometimes get tired or overwhelmed by how we feel, or when things don't go to plan. If you want to know about things not going to plan, get a job in youth work.
Oh, definitely do.
Because nothing goes to plan. You can have the best laid plan ever, and you can prepare so much, and then suddenly it hits the fan, and you're like, oh.
It does. And I tell you one thing that youth work has definitely given me, though, is if I ever go for another career where they're like, what's your strengths and what's your weaknesses? My strength is always going to be adaptation.
Yeah, making it up on the spot. But yeah, it is. I mean, there's loads of different help there. I mean, one of the things that we said last week that we'll give you is some local charities. Anthony's not been able to find any over in West Sussex, and if you know of any that run locally, send them to Anthony so he knows of them.
Send us local ones, because I found ones that work throughout Sussex, but that are actually locally based. It would be great to hear about what is locally based, rather than just what works there.
You know, with regards to mental health, you've got the crisis team that are always there at the end of the phone that you can call. I'm not sure if you have to be part of the mental health service, like you've been registered within them, to use that number or not. So don't quote me on that one. But you've got things like Samaritans. You've got, is it Bernardo's as well, kind of thing? There's various different charities that you can ring for free, and or even TEPs. There's some TEPs ones as well that I've seen about. Literally, if you go into Google and Google it, you will find some help that you can get. Or if you're local, for Somerset, one that I am bigging up because Sarah works there, so I'm biased, is In Charlie's Memory, an amazing charity that we're going to be supporting for a 24-hour gaming challenge coming up in the near future.
We are.
Along with Young Minds.
Young Minds, that's one we for anyone on my end, you will have heard about Young Minds a lot. We use a lot from them, and we will also be supporting them for our 24-hour game fun as well. You can find them online.
Because that will be coming up on our website. We'll make a dedicated page just for it, and how you can either get involved or sponsor.
We will, and check out Young Minds online. There's lots on the website, resources wise, and things that can help. And In Charlie's Memory, obviously, if you have any questions or want to find out more, you can head to.
Shall I give out Sarah's email address?
Have they got a website?
They have got a website. I think it's just In Charlie's Memory. I'm just gonna type it into
while Darren finds that out. For also one that's just come into my mind for families, so they do a lot with families, for parents, things like that, and also for the children and youth. We've got a charity our end called Hope, who we run our dads group with, so you can find them online. I think you have to search Building Hope to find them.
So In Charlie's Memory, they are based in Highbridge in Somerset. You can head over to the website, which is incharliesmemory.com, and Charlie is spelled CHARLEY. So incharliesmemory.com, and it will tell you all about the service they provide. One amazing thing with them is that their counselling sessions are unlimited. With a lot of counsellors, you can be limited to, say, 6, 8 sessions, etc. But in Charlie's Memory, if there is a waiting list, but once you start seeing the counsellor, you can see them indefinitely. So a really good service, and they're really affordable as well.
There we go.
And their mission is to support people. And if you go on there and click on the About, it will tell you how the charity came to be born. So the right word, born to...
Came to fruition.
Yes, that's the one. It's quite a really sad story. But from that sadness comes the really good work that they do over there. So bigging them up, and Sarah works there as well. So
but it is about finding out, reaching out to people, and if you want any more information, contact us, because we will happily look around for you as well and find out anything you might need to know. But are there any more points on that list, Darren? 2 more points, 3 more points.
3 more points. These are really good. One is do something you're good at. What do you love doing?
Hosting a podcast.
Hosting a podcast. Yeah, if you want to come on the podcast, people, just let us know. We'll have you on.
And if anyone wants to have a go hosting it, why not? We'll take a break.
So do something you're good at. So my watch just started talking to me then. So what activities can you lose yourself in? We've already said, for me, I lose myself into a book or into playing the Xbox or doing something like that. Find something you love doing and then just do it more. If it makes you happy, so enjoying yourself can help beat stress. Doing an activity you enjoy probably means you're good at it, and achieving something boosts your self-esteem. Pretty simple. Don't need to discuss that more.
Nope.
Next one is care for others. Caring for others is often an important part of keeping up relationships with people close to you. It can even bring you closer together. And they got a really good quote on here that says, friends are really important. We help each other whenever we can. It's a two-way street, and supporting them uplifts me.
Good quote.
Yeah.
Good quote.
Check on your friends as well. I think we mentioned it in the last podcast. When there's a big men's mental health campaign, being in your mate's corner. And it was just literally just ask people how they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah. It's important. It's important. And you don't have to, I think this is one of the things that people always feel they need to be able to do, but you don't. You don't have to have the answers. Some people don't want your advice. They just want you to listen. Problem shared is problem halved. There we go.
That's the
Go on then. What's our last one, Darren?
The last one. Accept who you are. We're all different. And it's much healthier to accept that you are unique than to wish you were more like someone else. Feeling good about yourself boosts your confidence to learn new skills, visit new places, and make new friends. Good as self-esteem helps you cope when life takes a difficult turn. You are who you are, regardless of what other people say you are.
I like that. That's a nice place to end.
I think it is. Yeah. Also, linking on to last week before we say our goodbyes.
Yeah.
I got around to watching Eternals.
Yeah, good.
I quite enjoyed it.
Okay.
A really good film. So I highly recommend that, guys. Sitting down, chilling out, watch a movie.
It's funny you said that because I was just looking around going, I've just got piles of DVDs and books that haven't been watched or read yet.
Yeah, I've got a few from books from Christmas that I'm like, when we talk about this, thinking, I need to start reading them. I got Billy Connolly's autobiography.
Oh, let me know what's that.
I really want to read it, but at the moment it's like finding time to, because I reckon when I start, it's going to be a bit like, is it Dave Grohl that we read?
Grohl. Yeah.
But that was a proper page turn and you just kept on going. And then I knew I had a big break and then you caught up and overtook me and then finished. Then I had to catch up. But yeah, so got that to do. And then the final one is I'm a manly man, mate.
Oh, yeah. Do you want to update everyone on that, do you?
Yeah, I'm a manly man. Okay. On Sunday, I did the manly thing. I fixed my car.
Yeah.
Without using a YouTube video. Oosh! And if anybody's listening, I'm now doing like the is it the swans? Look at these guns, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Oh, we need to finish. Darren's getting delusional.
But yeah, it wasn't nothing major. I just had to change the rear lights in the car. It wasn't the bulbs; it was the actual whole unit. My car was hit ages ago, and they broke the bracket on the rear lights where the brake indicator reverses.
Yeah.
And I've been meaning to get it sorted, and just never got round to it. And then with all this cold weather, and the wet weather, it's been slowly filling up with water. I thought I'd best get that replaced before it goes and shorts something out and breaks the rest of the car.
Yeah.
So I fixed it. Ordered the right part and everything. Came, I fitted it, and I mean, anybody that knows about cars, I've got a Citroen Cactus C4, something like that, diesel, blue thing. I don't know what it's called. And if you know,
your
car's
not blue.
No, it's called blue. It's a blue.
Oh, I was going to say your car.
Add blue, which then reduces the emissions that my car gives.
Right, got it.
But if anybody knows about cars, they're going, you haven't fixed the car because it literally you unclip the bracket or they unclip the wiring, and you unscrewed this screw, and it comes out, and then you push the other one in, you screw it up, and you plug it in. That's it. I felt good because I was able to do it
Well done, mate.
Or anything. I just
well
took
done.
out the back. I looked inside. I went, yeah, I can do this, and I did it.
Well done. For anyone that has stuck with us through this whole podcast, you've been rewarded with that useless bit of information. Enjoy your days.
Yeah. I felt chuffed with myself, all right? I don't, when it comes to cars, I have no idea. I'm not a car.
Oh, no, I don't.
I just literally, if anything goes wrong, I take it into the garage. That's their job.
It's the easiest option.
But it was, it was quite good because I was able to do it myself and save myself a few pennies by doing it myself.
And that's the best way for it.
So if you need any car advice, don't ask us because we don't know. Anyway, thank you so much for listening to our podcast. I hope you take away some of these top tips for mental health. Remember, just be out there and just, ask somebody how they're doing. If you want to read up any more, head over to the mentalhealth.org.uk where we found these from. There are various other ones. If you're a young person, don't head over to this one. Head over to Young Minds because it's much more orientated for you. And they, like Anthony said, they have got tons of advice on there.
They have. And for anyone that doesn't think, oh, no, hang on, I need to wind back and write them down or whatever, don't worry. Find them in the links below.
Yeah, we'll chuck them in the links below. Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget, we're here every Friday at 2 p.m. Hopefully. I'm always going to stick hopefully in because sometimes it may go wrong. Don't forget, you can head over to our website at www.catalystyouth.org.uk where you can find all the information, all our social media, and also you can email us at either Darren, Anthony, or info@catalystyouth.org.uk. And I said those in the wrong order. My brain's just gone, what are you on about? In my head, that's the wrong order.
What's the right order?
Anthony. I don't know. What do I usually say? I can't remember what I usually say.
I always say Anthony, Darren, then info because it's in alphabetical.
Anthony, Darren, and info. And I think I do Darren, Anthony, and info usually. So like that.
Yeah, you just put your name first. Anyway,
if you don't know our email addresses, we've just had like a 30-second one there. Anyway, it's goodbye from him.
And it's goodbye from him. We'll see you soon.
Cheers.